Hi, welcome to the quiz. You will be presented with multiple choice questions, each displayed on screen for a short time before the answer is provided to you. Please make sure to attempt answering all the questions. Quizzes help us to reinforce our knowledge, identify areas where we need to focus more, and improve our overall performance. Taking quizzes can also help to increase retention and make the learning process more engaging and enjoyable. With that out of the way, keep track of your scores as we go along so that you can share your results by writing a comment at the end. Let's get started. Good luck. Which AWS service can AWS Kinesis Data Firehose not deliver data to directly? Amazon S3, Amazon SNS, Amazon Elasticsearch Service, Amazon Redshift. AWS Kinesis Data Firehose can deliver data to Amazon S3, Amazon Redshift, and Amazon Elasticsearch Service, but not directly to Amazon SNS. What is the maximum number of tags that can be associated with an AWS Kinesis Data Firehose delivery stream? 10 tags, 100 tags, 50 tags, unlimited tags. You can associate up to 50 tags with an AWS Kinesis Data Firehose delivery stream. Which AWS service can you use to archive historical data delivered by AWS Kinesis Data Firehose for long-term storage? Amazon RDS, Amazon DynamoDB, Amazon Redshift, Amazon S3. You can use Amazon S3 to archive historical data delivered by AWS Kinesis Data Firehose for long-term storage. What is the pricing model for AWS Kinesis Data Firehose? Fixed monthly fee. Pay-as-you-go, based on the volume of data delivered. Pay per transformation, based on Lambda usage. Free of charge. AWS Kinesis Data Firehose is a pay-as-you-go service, where you are charged based on the volume of data delivered to the destination. Which AWS service can be integrated with AWS Kinesis Data Firehose to trigger actions based on the delivered data? Amazon DynamoDB, Amazon RDS, Amazon S3, AWS Lambda. AWS Lambda can be integrated with AWS Kinesis Data Firehose to trigger actions based on the delivered data. What is the maximum number of Kinesis Data Firehose delivery streams you can create per AWS account? Unlimited streams. 50 streams. 100 streams. 5 streams. You can create a maximum of 50 Kinesis Data Firehose delivery streams per AWS account. Which of the following AWS services can serve as a direct source for AWS Kinesis Data Firehose? Amazon RDS, Amazon DynamoDB, AWS CloudWatch, Amazon S3. AWS Kinesis Data Firehose can ingest data from sources like Amazon S3, Amazon DynamoDB, and Amazon RDS but not directly. These have to be set up via AWS Kinesis Data Streams. How does AWS Kinesis Data Firehose handle data that is delivered to an invalid destination? It logs the error but continues delivering data to other destinations. It discards the data to prevent further delivery failures. It automatically retries the delivery to the same destination. It pauses all data delivery until the issue is resolved. AWS Kinesis Data Firehose logs the error but continues delivering data to other valid destinations when data is delivered to an invalid destination. What is the primary purpose of AWS Kinesis Data Firehose? AWS Kinesis Data Firehose is designed to load streaming data into AWS services such as S3 and Redshift. AWS Kinesis Data Firehose is designed for real-time data analytics. AWS Kinesis Data Firehose is used for building data lakes. AWS Kinesis Data Firehose is for managing batch processing of data. Kinesis Data Firehose is primarily used for ingesting and loading streaming data into AWS services like S3 and Redshift. Per region, what is the maximum number of delivery streams each account can have? 50 delivery streams. Unlimited delivery streams. 100 delivery streams. 10 delivery streams. By default, each account can have up to 50 Kinesis Data Firehose delivery streams per region. How does AWS Kinesis Data Firehose handle data that exceeds the specified buffer size or time limit? It discards the excess data to maintain performance. It automatically delivers the buffered data when the limit is reached. It halts data delivery until the buffer size or time limit is met. It compresses the excess data to fit within the limit. AWS Kinesis Data Firehose automatically delivers the buffered data when either the buffer size or the time limit is reached. What is the purpose of enabling Amazon Elasticsearch Service as a destination for AWS Kinesis Data Firehose? To perform real-time analytics on the delivered data. To archive data for long-term storage. To send data notifications via Amazon SNS. To facilitate data transformation using AWS Lambda. Enabling Amazon Elasticsearch Service as a destination for AWS Kinesis Data Firehose allows you to perform real-time analytics on the delivered data. What is the primary role of buffering in AWS Kinesis Data Firehose? To collect and hold data until a specified time interval has passed. To change the data format from JSON to Avro. To compress the data before delivery. To encrypt the data in transit. The primary role of buffering in AWS Kinesis Data Firehose is to collect and hold data until a specified time interval or buffer size has been reached before delivering it to the destination. What is the maximum data retention period for data delivered by AWS Kinesis Data Firehose to Amazon S3? 365 days. 30 days. 24 hours. 90 days. AWS Kinesis Data Firehose can retain data in Amazon S3 for a maximum of 24 hours by default, and up to 365 days. What is the maximum retention period for data delivered to Amazon Redshift through AWS Kinesis Data Firehose? 90 days. 365 days. 24 hours. 30 days. Data delivered to Amazon Redshift through AWS Kinesis Data Firehose has a maximum retention period of 365 days. What is the primary difference between buffering and compression in AWS Kinesis Data Firehose? Buffering is used to collect data until a certain size or time limit is reached, while compression reduces data size for storage. Buffering is used for aggregating data records, while compression is used for data replication. Buffering is the same as compression in AWS Kinesis Data Firehose. Buffering is used for data encryption, while compression is used for data validation. The primary difference is that buffering is used to collect data until a certain size or time limit is reached, while compression reduces data size for storage. What is the primary advantage of using AWS Kinesis Data Firehose for data delivery compared to building a custom data ingestion solution? Simplified management and scaling of data delivery. Support for custom data formats only available with AWS Kinesis Data Firehose. Lower overall cost for data delivery. Higher data throughput capabilities. AWS Kinesis Data Firehose offers simplified management and scaling of data delivery, making it a more efficient choice compared to building a custom solution. What is the default data format used by AWS Kinesis Data Firehose when delivering data to Amazon S3? CSV, JSON, Parquet, Avro. The default data format used by AWS Kinesis Data Firehose when delivering data to Amazon S3 is JSON. Which AWS service can be used to monitor and troubleshoot AWS Kinesis Data Firehose delivery streams? Amazon S3, Amazon Redshift, Amazon CloudWatch, Amazon Kinesis Data Streams. Amazon CloudWatch is used for monitoring and troubleshooting AWS Kinesis Data Firehose delivery streams. What is the maximum size of a single record that AWS Kinesis Data Firehose can handle? 1 megabyte, 100 kilobytes, 10 kilobytes, 1 gigabyte. The maximum size of a single record that AWS Kinesis Data Firehose can handle is 1 megabyte. Which AWS service can be used to monitor and manage the costs associated with AWS Kinesis Data Firehose delivery streams? AWS Cost and Usage Report, AWS Cost Explorer, Amazon CloudWatch, Amazon Inspector. AWS Cost Explorer is used to monitor and manage the costs associated with AWS Kinesis Data Firehose delivery streams. What is the minimum interval for automatic retries when data delivery fails with AWS Kinesis Data Firehose? 600 seconds, 900 seconds, 6 seconds, 300 seconds. The minimum interval for automatic retries when data delivery fails with AWS Kinesis Data Firehose is 300 seconds. Kinesis Data Firehose retries every 5 minutes until the retry duration ends. What is the minimum frequency at which AWS Kinesis Data Firehose writes data to Amazon S3 when the buffer size is not met? 60 seconds, 900 seconds, 600 seconds, 300 seconds. AWS Kinesis Data Firehose writes data to Amazon S3 at least once every 60 seconds, even if the buffer size is not met. In AWS Kinesis Data Firehose, what does buffer size refer to? The maximum data size allowed for a single record. The size of the Kinesis stream from which data is ingested. The size of the Lambda function used for data transformation. The amount of data that must be delivered before it is sent to the destination. In AWS Kinesis Data Firehose, buffer size refers to the amount of data that must be delivered before it is sent to the destination. What is the maximum data throughput that AWS Kinesis Data Firehose can handle per shard? 100 megabytes per second. 1000 records per second. 100 records per second. 100 kilobytes per second. AWS Kinesis Data Firehose can handle a maximum data throughput of 1000 records per second per shard. Which of the following is not a valid destination for AWS Kinesis Data Firehose? Amazon Redshift, Amazon SNS, Amazon OpenSearch, Amazon Elasticsearch Service. Amazon SNS is not a valid destination for AWS Kinesis Data Firehose. What is the maximum number of destination streams that you can deliver data to from a single AWS Kinesis Data Firehose delivery stream? 20. 5. 10. 1. You can deliver data to a maximum of 5 destination streams from a single AWS Kinesis Data Firehose delivery stream. How can you ensure data delivered by AWS Kinesis Data Firehose is encrypted at rest in the destination? Enable encryption at rest in the Kinesis Data Firehose configuration. Data delivered by Kinesis Data Firehose is not encrypted at rest in the destination. Use the destination's encryption features, example, S3 bucket encryption. Use AWS KMS encryption in the source data. To ensure data delivered by AWS Kinesis Data Firehose is encrypted at rest in the destination, you should use the encryption features of the destination, such as S3 bucket encryption. What is the purpose of AWS Kinesis Data Firehose's data transformation feature? To compress data for reduced storage costs. To aggregate data into larger records for efficient delivery. To pre-process data before it's delivered to the destination. To replicate data across multiple destinations. The purpose of AWS Kinesis Data Firehose's data transformation feature is to pre-process data before it's delivered to the destination. What is the purpose of retry behavior in AWS Kinesis Data Firehose? To change the destination of the data stream. To automatically retry delivering failed records to the destination. To manage the security settings for the delivery stream. To control the data sampling rate for analytics. The purpose of retry behavior in AWS Kinesis Data Firehose is to automatically retry delivering failed records to the destination. Which of the following is true about data transformation using AWS Lambda in Kinesis Data Firehose? Data transformation can only be done using Amazon Redshift. Data transformation is optional and can be performed using Lambda functions. Data transformation must always be performed before data delivery. Data transformation is not supported in Kinesis Data Firehose. Data transformation using AWS Lambda in AWS Kinesis Data Firehose is optional and can be performed using Lambda functions, but it is not mandatory. How can you ensure data delivered by AWS Kinesis Data Firehose is encrypted in transit? Enable HTTPS delivery to the destination. Data delivered by Kinesis Data Firehose is not encrypted in transit. Use SSL certificates for encryption. Use the AWS Key Management Service, KMS, for encryption. You can ensure data delivered by AWS Kinesis Data Firehose is encrypted in transit by enabling HTTPS delivery to the destination. Which of the following is used to transform data in flight before delivery with AWS Kinesis Data Firehose? Amazon S3 buckets. Amazon Redshift clusters. Amazon EC2 instances. AWS Lambda functions. AWS Kinesis Data Firehose can use AWS Lambda functions to transform data in flight before delivery to the destination. What is the maximum size of a single record that can be delivered by AWS Kinesis Data Firehose? 10 kilobytes. 1 terabyte. 1 megabyte. 1 gigabyte. The maximum size of a single record that can be delivered by AWS Kinesis Data Firehose is 1 megabyte. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more and hit the bell icon to be notified as soon as we upload. Please leave a comment if you have any thoughts or suggestions, and if you think this video is worth sharing with someone who could benefit from it, please forward a link to them. See you next time. Thanks for watching.